friends, welcome back. So, we are going to watch a beautiful video, and the title of the video is India is Great. And before we go ahead and watch this video, guys, if you're watching us for the first time and you haven't subscribed to this channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button, click the bell icon to get notified of all our new videos as soon as we upload them. And if you like this video after watching it, click the like button and share this video with your friends and family. So, okay, friends, are we ready? Let's go and watch it.
I'm Indian. Just Indian. I'm not South Asian any more than Russians or North Asian. I'm not Asian Indian or East Indian. There are 1.3 billion of us. We don't need a cardinal direction, okay? It's not our fault that Christopher Columbus got lost. Sure, we love our states, but there's strength in numbers. 1 out of every 6 human beings is Indian. So stop dividing us. The British already did that once. And we need to quit saying that we're not Indian because I wasn't born here or sound like this or eat that. Our hearts are Indian. We are feelers. We gave the world the romance of Bollywood films and the music of Ravi Shankar and Zubin Mehta and Lata Mangeshkar and Asha Bhosle and the allure of the Kama Sutra. We are thinkers. We are great at math because we invented numbers. And we're pretty good at letters, too. We are doctors and engineers and techies. And we mean business. We are the world's 3rd largest economy and the wealthiest ethnic group in America. We are huge and efficient. India is all on one time zone. That way everybody in the country is still late, but at the same time. We never invade anyone because we already have everything. Chess, the ruler, the button, wireless communication, arranged marriage, flush toilets, steel, democracy. All us, all India. And you're welcome, world, for yoga and elevating cricket into a multi-billion-dollar sport and making food so good that you sailed across the planet to come have some. Our food is hot. Our country is hot. Our women are hot. Our men are lucky. Where the world prays, we meditate. We practically invented religious tolerance, and we gave you Mahatma Gandhi and pundits and gurus and karma and dharma and kismet and reincarnation. The motherland is magical and mystical, and no matter who you are, you can find yourself here in incredible India. Jai Hind! I am Indian!
Wow. Wow, friends. Wow, friends. Yes, we are Indian, and the ending was amazing, amazing, amazing. And what a speech. I mean, I haven't heard such a beautiful speech about India. Both humorous, both telling us the facts. Everything that was possible was told in there, teaching us a lesson too on a side note, but beautiful message they're putting across. And the best part is the person who was saying this was actually an Indian American, because with that accent, I mean, I'm sure he was a Indian born in America, because he made some words were not pronounced correctly, because we are born in India, so we know how the correct pronunciation of certain names are. But what a beautiful attempt. That shows exactly that no matter where in the world you are, no matter whether you were born in India, but if your ancestors or your parents were from India, in your heart, you will be an Indian. And when they said that, our food is hot, so there are 2 ways of interpreting it, and both were beautiful, because here in America, people think that, our food is hot, and hot means spicy. And the another way of, looking at this is the food is hot means it's mind-blowing, it's so yummy. So when I heard this, I was like, those two both, meanings came across in my mind, and I was like, what a nice word to use to, go ahead and represent our Indian food. And of course, our food is hot, which means it's yummy, it's out of the world. And then they said that, we have, our women are hot, and then best part was our men are lucky. So I really loved this video, guys. This was amazing.
Very good video. I was amazed how nicely this person has compiled everything with a very little budget. He just came in front of a mic, he spoke, he had a small presentation going behind him, he was syncing his thoughts with that, he had put a simple music behind, but there was
And
so
a
much.
patriotic music. The
Yeah.
music was really.
Yeah, and there was so much, I mean, melody, or in the sense he had synchronized what he was saying. He was very passionate, and there was a lot of, thought given to each and every word. It was making sense. In a very short time, he had told so many things about India and highlighted so many things. I mean, I'm just thinking now, my God, he said so many things
Yeah.
in there. And many of the things that he said are true. And he was also making fun of certain things, that if Christopher Columbus got lost, it's his problem, because that guy came to America and said that these are red Indians, right? Instead, he thought that he has reached
Reach
India.
it, India.
That's why he got lost. And he also said that we never attack anyone because we have everything that we
Everything.
need.
Yeah. That was it.
That is amazing. He also said that the Indian Americans are the richest community in America, which is true. He also said that we think differently, we're very efficient, we're very fast, we're good in math, we are good in spelling also, or English also, because of the
Spelling
bee
bees. And if you
contest.
haven't, yeah, and if you haven't watched a video, I have a video which says why how Indian Americans are making India proud. So guys, make sure if you haven't watched it, search it in our channel, watch that. It was a beautiful video where it shows how the kids, Indian American kids, are winning the spelling bees, and they've been winning it for the last 10 years, and how that's making India proud. And they're showing that kids from the Indian heritage, they are so bright and brilliant. So do check that out too.
Right. So, and then the reality is, he said that we all are Indians are the same, and which is true. You would see that, that feeling or affection when you're outside of India. Like outside of India, when I had come over here, I was just sitting in the airport waiting area, and then I see, an older lady and her husband come, and they come and they sit, and they said, okay, we need to go to the restroom. I mean, first I was sitting there, they came and they sat just next to me. They had all these places on earth, but they saw an Indian. So they were Indians, they came, and I said hello, and they said hello, how are you? Fine. And both of them said, okay, we'll be back, can you please watch our bags, we'll be back in a minute. I said, sure, yeah, I have some time. So they went to the restroom, their bags were here, and then they came back. And so imagine that I am a stranger to them, right? They come over here, they bring their bags, they keep the bags. I am a total stranger, but they just told, because I'm an Indian, they said, hey, can you watch for my bags, and I'm bagging. It is like a relationship that was made instantly, right? You cannot just go to someone and say, do this. But when you are outside your country, when you see somebody that looks like you feel very happy. You immediately, if somebody is waiting, you just go sit with them. Hi, how are you doing? I mean, it's very good you feel very happy to see someone
From India.
from India who looks like you, right? I mean, you're used to looking at people who don't look like you. But when you see somebody who does look like you immediately are gravitated towards that. And this is not the only thing. There's something to do with psychology. Even when, when we put Rishi, who's now a teenager, but even when he was in kindergarten, and we would take him to a school, and in his kindergarten, out of maybe 20 kids in his class, he had two Indian kids, and rest were just non-Indian kids. And you would leave a kid over there, and you would see he's going to play, and he'll have a lot of friends and everything. And then you realize that after a couple of months, his friends are Indians. And I would say, how can that happen?
Yeah.
A kid who is just born, and he has been sent to kindergarten, and when you give him a couple of weeks, it seems that the Indians try to stay together.
And that's automatic,
And
without any parents
without anybody,
interference.
without
Yeah.
interference of the parents, without interference of the teacher,
Teacher.
without interference of the environment. No, and they don't even know a language.
Yeah.
Right. All those kids who are in kindergarten, they don't know Hindi, they don't know their languages, they're just learning. But there was some kind of bond where they kind of gravitated towards each other, and you found out, okay. And I asked him one day that, who's your friend? And I don't want to say that. And I said, really? He's your friend? He said, out of so many people, that's the only friend? He said, yeah. And then I asked him, who's your other friend? Another guy? I said, wow. I mean, he took the names off, two Indian names. Obviously, the pronunciation was a little different, but they were all Indians. And I'm like, this is amazing. This is a scientific thing.
Yeah.
Somebody should research on that. That when you given the opportunity, the child automatically somehow figured out that he wanted to play with another kids who were Indian, and it was automatic. I don't know, maybe because the way the kids were behaving, the way they were looking at each other. Yes, there is some similarity in how they look. That is one thing is true. That when you're looking, there's some similarity between.
But the kids are so innocent at that age.
That's what I'm
They would
saying.
not be able
They
to
are
figure
so
it out.
innocent that I do not know what it is, and you can give it a try. Then I thought maybe this is an anomaly or something. And when things went by, he made many friends who were non-Indian, but he still always continued to have those Indian friends in his life, and that is what not I did not influence it. Nobody influenced it, and that is how it is. There were many other functions where we go. There was another function where we went, and there were some kids who were talking about great about their schools, and you would see that there was one Indian girl, a kid, maybe 13 or 14 or 15 years old, and she is giving a presentation, and then they said, okay guys, now you can just move, go on and meet the guests, and if they have any questions. So we were just trying to look at at a school,
I know now. what
right?
you're
And
talking
that girl, the first person that she talks to is us.
about. She comes directly to us.
Because she's an Indian and she's simply gravitated, and she's like, there's so many people. She was born here. That
Yeah.
girl, she was born here and she had other friends, but she simply gravitated towards us, and we started talking. So and that was that there's some kind of affinity
And I didn't
that
realize she
happens.
was an Indian
Yeah.
till the very end. After she had
Right.
gone, my husband, he told, she's actually her parents'
Yeah.
mother is actually Indian. I
Right.
was like, oh, I didn't even realize it, because she didn't look like an Indian.
Right.
She was talking like an American. Everything was American, but somehow she
Right.
knew that we are from India, or there's something
Right.
similarity
I mean,
or something.
Yeah. I mean, we are from Indian origin.
Yeah.
Like she remembered her mother was in Indian origin, and the first thing she did was come to us to say, "Do you have any questions? Would you like any help?" And I was like amazed. I said, "Wow, there is a natural connection," and I really felt very heartfelt, and that's how it is. Wherever you go, it's not a bias.
Yeah.
It is not something. It is a natural connection that occurs when you go. And I'll also give an example, and it actually does work. 25 years ago when I came over here, my flight reached in the night, and I had to find not from India. I came from another city. I mean, within the US, I was traveling.
Oh.
So I was traveling, so one city to the other, and I happened to land in New Jersey at the time. And I came to New Jersey, and then trying to find a hotel. And we are talking about 30 years ago, when the internet was not like, you don't have mobile phones.
Yeah.
You don't have internet. You had to go look in a map and figure out the address. Right? So it was not like you just Google laptop and you go, and there's no such Google 30 years ago. So when I came over there, and then and the taxi guy, I told him this address, and he said, okay, this is a little shaky, but let's try to find it out. And we were moving in circles, and then I happened to come to a 7-Eleven, and I went in, and it was really late, midnight, and I went in. I was really scared, in the sense that if I cross 1 o'clock, the hotel is going to be closed, and what the heck will I do? So I thankfully went into 7-Eleven, and there was an Indian guy over there in the counter. And then I was like, oh, thank God. And I went over there and told him I need it. And he was a person from Gujarat. And so the moment I looked at him, I said, hey, hi. And we started talking Hindi. And I asked him, where is it? He said, don't worry, boss. Let the taxi go. I will take you there.
Wow.
And I was impressed. And I came out and took my stuff and went over there. And then he told because his family was running the 7-Eleven. So he just told his dad that, I have a friend, I'm going to drop him, and so forth. And then he took his car out and dropped me to the hotel. And he became a very good friend in an unknown place. And then anytime I took his phone number, and then I would call him, and took a lot of help from him. And he was just there at 7-Eleven. So as long as I was in New Jersey, he was a very good friend.
Wow.
That I invited him to my university and my home and everything. So it was great. And of course I was alone at the time, but it was a great friend. And it was not like I had to do something to gain that guy's help. He could see that I was really tense, and he could see that, and his parents had been there for a very long time, so he could see that somebody new has come. And I was relatively new. I had probably 6-7 months ago come to the US, and that guy could assess that this guy is looking very tense, and then he just solved the problem immediately. And he even took me to the hotel, and it was not a hotel where you can order food, so he took me to the hotel, then he took me to another place where we had dinner at maybe midnight, and then back. I was amazed at the hospitality of that person, and he was really saying, hey, he has been there for a very long time, so he was saying, don't worry about it, all will be great. And I was like, wow, I didn't have to do anything. I just saw another Indian, and he was, and there are many such examples where there was a time where if you have to use your credit card, you go into a store, and the moment anybody would see us and we use a credit card, they'll say, I want to see your ID. Right? Because they would not trust you, that how can this guy get an ID and stuff like that? How can this guy get a credit card? But the beauty of that was that one time I went to another store, and the guy who was doing was an Indian guy, right? And at the time I realized that he gave me a credit card, and I was going to take my ID. He said, what are you doing, man? That's okay. And then credit card, and then I realized, my God, I mean, this is how the others were treating you, show an ID. But when you meet a guy from your own country, he was like, give me the ID, and he did that. And many times, even in taking taxis, you will see, taxi people who are Indians. It was a different feeling altogether. You're talking about a lot of things, and they're taking special care of you, irrespective. I mean, they don't even know you, but they will be extra, friendly with you when they see another person come. So great. I mean, I think this is all coming down to natural affinity, that people just, bond together. All Indians, they kind of, not only Indians, people who are from Asia, they tend to, get together easily.
Yes, friends. So beautiful, beautiful video, and we hope you guys enjoyed it. We really loved it. So we'll go ahead and end this video, and we'll come back again in another video very soon. Till then, take care and bye-bye.
Oh, and if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit the bell icon so it notifies you when I put in my new video for you to enjoy. Bye!